to the first episode of the Leadership Diaries, an initiative of the Burning Youth for Christ International in partnership with TBN Zambia. It is a program that is designed to usher C-suite executives, young professionals, corporate or civil society professionals to the next level of their career, their business, and their leadership.
You can catch us every Friday at 8 hours and repeats every Saturday only on channel 456 Topstar. And Facebook, you can catch us live at 12 hours.
Yes, today we have got as our guest Mr. Lak Chomba, who happens to be an environmental health technologist, a youth advocate for vision, purpose discovery, mental health, financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and digital skills. Already you can tell that he is just a handful altogether. Mr. Chomba, welcome to the Leadership Diaries.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kelvin and Mom, for the privilege of inviting me to this first episode. You know, it is quite an amazing that I'm part of this amazing session, amazing topics that we need to talk about as young people, even as a country, Zambia, even as a continent, Africa. This is a privilege for me to be here. Otherwise, I'm humbled and truly honored to be here. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure.
Indeed. So today we are going to really cut what effective leadership is all about. But beyond that, we want to know you. We want to see how leadership has played a role in your life. And to begin discussing about that subject, I would love us to know more about you. Tell us more about yourself, where you were born, how many siblings you have, where you went to school, but also the lived realities of your childhood. What was your childhood like growing up? What was it like?
Well, an interesting question, Mr. Kelvin. You know, Lak Chomba is a very interesting young man, you know. Most people know me as the Youth na Vision, of course, yeah, but through that name, it carries a background, a story to tell, which carries a significant, I feel like, confident enough to share to people. So this young man you are seeing today, Lak Chomba, is like Mr. Kelvin introduced. I was born way back in Impika. Yes, in Impika, that's where I was born, in a family of two. We are two actually. I happen to be the last born, and also my elder brother Johnson Chomba. I hope that he will be watching this TV interviews, broadcasting. He'll be very actually delighted to see that the young boy from Mpika today is on this show, on this broadcast. It is quite amazing and awesome. So my growing up was quite very interesting and quite fundamental, that today I stand as a beacon of hope. You know, coming from Mpika. Mpika is a very interesting location, of course, and you understand that from Mpika, great leaders are born. It's a fact. When we go back to the history, we find that even Michael Chilufya Sata came from Mpika. He lived there. In fact, where he lived, Chitulika, that's where I lived. So I lived in Chitulika compound. Okay. A very interesting compound. People are united, connected, and it felt lovely, and so forth and so on. My first school, primary level, I did at Chitulika primary school. I passed to grade 8. I went to Musakanya Basic School, grade 10, 11, 12. I went to Chitulika High School. So my life, it's through Mpika. Mpika made me, and I am a product of Mpika, so I am proud to come from Mpika. So now there are some significant lessons that happened in my growing up, of course. My father died when I was 2 to 3 years old. You know, he was a businessman, a very good man who had ensured that the family could not lack whatever we needed. He was there to provide for us. And other people, they say some of the traits, some of the characteristics that you have, you got from him. The way you behave, the way you react, you know, you resemble him. And I feel proud about that because I never had such a long time of interaction with him to say, he teach me this, how to be a man, and so forth and so on. So I grew up with my mother. My mother, who was, she was a marketeer. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she used to sell vegetables, tomatoes. She would travel from, different parts of,
Locations.
different locations. And she was a risk taker. Imagine she would wake up around 04 hours. You are sleeping, you find that your mother has gone to go and order some vegetables so that we can have a perfect and a well conducive environment for us to live as children. So she was a woman king, I can say. You know, she had to fight for us,
Interesting.
ensure that at least we get the best out of it. We couldn't even to say complain, to say, no, our lives is bad, or we are feeling, the other side of it, just because there was an absence of a father. But she made sure that our growing up was perfect, in as much as we could not afford everything. But at least we were able to afford a meal. We were able to afford some of the things. Of course, by that time, even education, you could pay some things and so on and so forth, a little money. She would make sure that, you get the best out of it. Sometimes, of course, it was hard. Some point, I remember that, you go to school and then they chase you to say, no, go back and come and pay the school fees. And that, I could see the fight in my mother. She was pushing in and in to ensure that, my children, I want you to be educated. I want you to at least learn something in this life. I want you to see you somewhere. I loved how she used to push. Even when things are hard, I could tell that that woman was pushing in to say she wants her children to be somewhere in life. So, growing up, bit by bit, stage by stage, I wrote my grade 7 exams. It was quite amazing. And when you're coming from Chiturika, I have to mention that it's not just in Lusaka where you have ghettos that are notorious. Even in Impika we have such environment. And when you talk about Chiturika, we used to live with different people. You could live with people that you may put names on to say, no, they are thieves, no, they are prostitutes, they are so. We could live with them. They were our sisters, they were our uncles, and so forth and so on. That was the environment. So for me, growing up in that environment, it made me to have a point to say, in life, I have to become better one day. If it's not for me, but for this woman who is waking up 04 to go and sell, to buy vegetables, order vegetables, and sell so that I can have a better living. I had enough reason for me to push ahead in life. Okay. Now, an interesting part is that, I wrote my grade 7 exam. I went to the village to see my grandparents. In Impika, there are also some outskirts there. You go, I know, she had that, system to say, when you just write your exams or you close for school term, you have to go and sit with your grandparents. I didn't know what she was trying to prove at that moment, but she was creating a bond, my grandparents, me, and I, so that we know our family, we know where we are coming from. That's what she used to do. So in that particular time, when I wrote my grade 7 exams, I went to be with my grandparents. Results came in. So one day, she called me. She called me to say, "Oh no, you have passed to grade 8." I felt happy, very, very happy. And when school opened, we traveled back to Mpika. At least it's a modern, the small city, so to say. So I came back to Mpika. I reported, say, Chomba. She used to call me Chisha. Yeah, that is my other name. You are a big guy. You are a big head with big brains. You are a genius. You have passed. You have made it. I felt happy. I felt important. Now within that space of time, she got healed. She was sick and so forth and so on. Later on, she was admitted to the hospital, Pika Hospital.
Your
Back then,
grandmother or your
my mother, yes,
Oh, okay.
in that same period, because my grandparents have left them in the village. Now I have come to my mother. Yes,
Okay.
of course, yeah. So within that space, a lot happened. She got admitted. Just after some few weeks, she died. That was the story. So I had to sit. In my life, I wanted to make this woman proud, because she has labored so much for me. She has labored so much for us, and for me, I have enough reason to ensure that I become the best version of myself. If it's not for me, but for her. Now, the person that I was working hard for, the person that I wanted to at least to prove it that what she does is it is rewardable to her, that we can become the best version of ourselves, and congratulate her to say, this is what you have done, ma'am, to us. She died. Life became meaningless. You have no point to live. When you have something that you are chasing, and then that thing that you are chasing, it has been removed on your side, then you stop running. You have no direction to say, what am I catching at the end of the day? Even if I catch this, where am I going to take it? Because there's no meaning of it. You lose the sense of vision. You lose the sense of purpose. That was me. So now it was a confusing moment. A life in the desert. You have no clear direction to say all the hopes that you have to say, Chomba, you will become this person. You will do this, to say, life happens now. What am I going to be doing of it now? Even if I make it in life, who's going to benefit? And it became just so narrow to me. It became so, I couldn't think beyond that. So I lived with different people, others, they came in to say, no, we want to keep you, we want to, so different ideas came in. Of course, I stayed with different people, and to some, I'm forever grateful for what they did. Up to now, I always be grateful to them, because if it's not for them, I wouldn't have been here where I am today. It is because of them, they accepted me to say, young man, come, we are going to live with you. Of course, I had to understand that when you lose your mother, even where we are right now, we have young people who want to be sympathized always. When such moments happen, you want just everyone to be sorry with you. But the fact of the matter, you have to understand is that in life, no one will keep you better than your mother. So if you have your mother today, ensure that Mr. Kelvin, love her to the best. If you have your father, make sure that you create that moment you can embrace together, you can enjoy together, that if they are not going to be there tomorrow, you will be able to appreciate that I enjoyed the best moment with them. Because they say, if you are able to see today, just know that you are closer to your death than you were yesterday. That is the fact of life. So I had to understand that moment. I lived with different people. Of course, when I was in grade 11, grade 12, after finishing grade 12, I was staying with some people. They told me to say, after I finished, some controversy happened. I don't know, things they were just moving so fast. Even me, I couldn't understand them, to say why they were happening the way they were happening. Imagine someone picks you to say, I want to be living with you, and then when you finish just grade 12, they come and tell you to say, Mr. Kelvin, I think I cannot manage to keep someone's child. Go back,
now grown up.
Go back to where you came from.
You're now an adult.
I don't know, but go back where you came from. And where you came from, your mother is dead. So where are you going to go back? You have no place where you are going to say, no, me, I have a place where at least I could learn up to. That's why as young people, when you are in school or when you are in a certain environment, don't compete with your friends. Because when you are in school, let's say for example, you can't run the same race with your friend. You don't know where they are coming from. You today, the way you are praying, the way you are doing things, if they chase you, Mr. Kelvin, today, you have where to stay. Me, if they chase me in school, I have nowhere to go. I have no one who's going to back me up. You understand? So I cannot pray the same games that you are praying. I cannot spend even the resources the way you spend. Even me, no, it will be different. You, if you spend, you have someone who's going to give you. Me, if I spend, I have to look for another source of income that I'm going to use to generate that money. So I had to understand that, sometimes life happens. After that, of course, I accepted the situation to say, okay, things have happened like this. I'm a curious person. Yes. Sometimes I stay silent for a long period of time. I love being in a quiet place. I could stay maybe if I have nothing to do or if I have no appointment, I can even stay for a week at home. No visitation, nothing, just in a silent moment. Maybe I'm reading books, I'm doing something that is productive. So I didn't answer to what they said or respond. I acted. Following day, I was doing, by that time when I finished, I was doing some pieceworks. I was a Ndaka boy. So I was working with different people, they could give you some change and so on and so forth. So, okay, so this situation has happened. I have to act. People are not comfortable with me. I have to be in a place where I'm accepted, in a place where I can have my own peace, because you have to create it. Peace is within yourself. If you are in a wrong environment, you're not going to enjoy it. So you have to create your own peace. So next day came, I went to do my piecework. Whilst I was moving, I found the 2-room house. Say, okay, in the evening, I'm coming here. I even paid to say, this is now be my new home. I went back because they were expecting me to respond with maybe answers or maybe to feedback to what they said. I just went in my bedroom, I packed my clothes and left.
Men of action.
Men of action. That's how I left.
Okay.
I started living by myself at the age of 18.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
So from there, I started pushing, slow by slow, doing piecework, and so forth and so on. I could move on from one place to the other. I didn't care what other people would talk about or what they would say about me. When you finish grade 12, you have, this madam, she's coming from a rich family. Her parents will send her to a university. Yes. This one, they will take them abroad. This one, they will go to say, no, me, I'm studying nursing, or me, I'm studying law, me, I'm studying... Me, that never closed in my mind because, me, I am coming from a broken background. I have no one to sponsor me. Yes. If I will get a chance, maybe let me go to police, because if they call me to police, I will go and run. If I run, maybe they will have mercy on me to say, young man, you are strong in terms of learning, you can be accepted in this place. So how can you come here if you can't run? Yeah, so that was my hope to say, if I can run, at least I will have hope at least to have a better future. Yes. But sometimes things takes time. I had to keep on moving. Yes. Moving bit by bit. I met this extraordinary man. I was someone would call me to say, come and slash at my place, come and do some things at least, just make sure that the surrounding is okay. And I accepted, I would go there. So the other person, the neighbor, loved what I used to do. So he was a man. They were just living men. They called me to say, we want you also to come and do the same at our place. Okay, I would go there and so, what are you going to be doing after this? Nothing. Okay, we have left you some clothes. Just wash them. So if we come back here, we are going to find you. Okay, here there are some ladies. Just cook. So when they go, I will clean the environment. I wash. I was 18. Remember. So I would do all that with a strong passion to it, to say one day I don't know what is going to come out of it. They don't know me. I'm a stranger to them. They have met me for the first time. They leave me with everything in their home. I would even sweep. I cook for them. By the time they are coming, the men, they were just bachelors. By the time they are coming, they will find that I have cooked so delicious. They'll be like, young man, who taught you how to do this? To say, my mom taught me, because she used to teach us. When I was, I remember when I was in grade 1, she would say, kukunshima. If I fail, she say, okay, when you come back, imagine, there are those experiences. When you come back from school, you find that you are expecting that they are going to leave you maybe breakfast or lunch. So my mother, what she would do is that when you come back, lady should be there, but the Shima won't be there. She'll say some visitors came and they ate your Shima. So what are you going to do? So I just put water on the brazier. Tell me when the water is lady. I'm going to do it. By the time water is ready, to say, I just put medium meal. By the time you know that was a strategy. So she was a genius, but she wasn't educated to say no. We reached grade 12 and so forth and so on. Maybe university. No, she was just a marketeer. So she used those principles to equip us to become better men. So they loved me how I did everything. They said, where do you stay? I say, okay, I stay by myself. How do you parent us? Okay, I do this and this and this and this. You say, next month we want you to be living with us. You say, oh, that was a free for me, from paying rentals now to a free accommodation, in a place of men where I'm loved. And upgrade and say you can be living with us and we'll see what we can do.
Yes.
I went, started living together, had my own bedroom, breakfast, lunch, supper. I would cook nicely. And then those people who maybe is going to be down to say no, life is going to push him to the lowest, to the deepest moments. They were just now seeing me to say now I'm just looking confident.
The Zambian dream.
Yes. When I go to church, because I was living with the men to say, this clothes can fit you better, I would put on and so forth. And everything was just on a roll. And then they say, I think you can do, where I work, he was a driver. Where I work, they are looking for some general workers. Can you go there? Let's go together and try it. I say it no more. I'll be there. Let's go. The next day we came in. I went to work in a construction company as a general worker. I started pushing. It wasn't easy, but the fact that I was pushing. I remember, Mr. Kelvin, ma'am, we could offload 600 cement of bags from a truck. 3 people. I was 18, remember.
The strong man of Zambia.
I was there.
He should have been one of the freedom fighters.
if it was 1963, 60, I was to be among the freedom fighters, of course. Yeah. So those lessons kept me and pushed me to see ahead of life. So when I kept on moving, I remember one of my uncles now in Lusaka called the person I used to stay with. We want that young man to come here. I know he's hardworking. I know he does this. I know he does that. I want him to come here. They called me. No, okay, your uncle from this and this and this is calling you. He wants you to be in Lusaka. I said, I've stayed with people. I know how people are. People can chase you in their places, in their homes.
Yes.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh,
they said, no, I'm occupied. I'm working now. So at the moment, I'm not available. I said no. Okay. They went. Again, they called. They said, no, he's insisting. He wants to take you to this and this and this. I said no. Because now where I was working, people loved me. How I was working, how I could report at work early in the morning. We could do what we are supposed to do. I could do, from those experiences, even if they are doing layoffs today, my name would be, except this one, you could put these people on layoff, but don't touch that one. So I felt, so now I'm in an environment where I am loved. I'm valued. I'm making a living, and I'm proud of it. When I even got paid, I would use the same money of it, buy my grandma a chitenge to say, here is a chitenge, and then she'll feel happy to say, my grandson, my husband, you know how grandmother treats, the sons, my husband is treating me well. I felt happy that way. It kept on coming and coming and coming, until one day I say, okay, I don't know what happened, but I had to accept, because by that time, what he did is that he even sent transport money in advance and then gave me the echo to say, we have sent you transport money, so we want you to come to Lusaka by Friday. That's how I made the choice. Okay, let me travel. Okay, where I used to stay, okay, so. I traveled, I came to Lusaka. Okay, started pushing. Okay, you said I'm going to be this and that. How is it going to happen? Waiting. Time kept on passing. And I was like, what is happening here? My friends out
Remove
there, my friends out there in Mpika, they are doing better. If they call me, because you know where you used to make money, sometimes daily you could knock out or you could knock off with something, and then at month end you're expecting something. Now I am here,
There's literally nothing.
home and nothing, and then it's more like you're being now someone who's just looking after the house, and then they're not giving you anything. I'd be like, this life,
Man servant.
I'm a servant now. Okay, kept on going. So we pushed through. I don't know, by God's grace, for the first time, I applied as a health analyst. I had just had the grade 12 certificate by then. Sir, they picked me. Health analyst. I went to the interviews. Okay, everything and so on. I was picked. The workshop came in, whereby those meetings you have people, the way madam is dressing, you're just, you know how Lusaka people, Lusaka ladies, the way they dress,
Lusaka people.
you can feel disappointed as if you have not been doing anything in life. Yeah, like the way you're dressing, sir, with a necktie and so forth and so on, I was literally confused because I don't know the corporate space. I don't know how you are going to represent yourself. I don't know about public speaking. I don't know the etiquette when you are in the meetings. So I went there. I was just a young man, shy in the corner, so escaping the fact that they shouldn't ask me any question. So the part for introduction came in. The madam here would rise and then say, "Oh, my name is Carlo. I studied from the University of China. I did this and this. Oh, my name is Mr. Kelvin. I did law at the University of Zambia. Oh, my name is I did business administration." And then where I was seated, sir, I was like, "My name is Raxon Chomba, grade 12 certificate from Chiturika, Mpika." And I was like, how am I going to introduce myself like this? I disqualified myself before, others could, before others could even judge me. So when my turn came in, I just said, "Oh, my name is Rakshomba, grade 12 certificate. And then people were shocked. At tea break, they started asking me, "How did you apply?" I said, "I applied." "How were you picked? Where are you going?" Because that time they were sending people in Southern, Chipata, different provinces. I said, "I'm remaining in Lusaka." How are you remaining in Lusaka? I said, "I don't know.
This grace,
this God." So I had my first job as a health analyst at Chawama Level Hospital. That's where I used to work.
Amazing.
I had always, me the way I am curious to learn about something. So when they told me to say be dealing with computers, I started to say, okay, let me just start learning about Excel sheet. Let me start to learn about Access. Let me start to learn about this and this. So I had to develop that interest to say, oh, you operate Word like this. Because in our time at school, we never used to have computer sciences, the lessons where you could learn about these things people are learning now. So I had to teach myself those things to say, okay, the computer will operate this. Okay, back delete is here, enter. See, all those basics I had to teach myself. So when I went at Chawama Level Hospital, of course, I had a great team who were from the University of Zambia. They would teach me to say, oh, we do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And they loved how I used to do everything. I would do it like a pro. And they loved me by that. So they pushed me to say, young man, why can't you go to school? I say, which school? That thought. School, to do what? You can go and study anything that you want. I'm coming from Mpika, Chiturika. I went to Chiturika Primary. My secondary was Chiturika. Now I'm here in Lusaka. I've gotten my first job. I'm earning a living now. At least I'm getting something. Again, you want to push me to go to school, will be paying for me.
You've been used to being a strong man of the country.
A strong man, yes, of course. Me, I love working. I love to ensure that at least I am making my life, useful. Days passed, until one day I said, okay, my auntie one day called me to say, when did you complete? I said, I completed in 2017. Say, I think you can apply for a bursary. I think you have a last chance for you to be accepted with a bursary. You say, oh, okay. That was it should be when most of the schools have closed with their applications, for school. Okay, I tried, and then I went to Hivrin Horn. I applied, so forth, and I was accepted. I didn't even know to say, okay, what am I getting into?
Even the bursary you accepted.
Yes, the bursary, luckily it came out. Of course, I had to first apply for my space at Hivrin On. They accepted me. I had to do the applications and then send them. And then my name was there. It was grace. It was God. If I said it wasn't for him, I would be lying to you, Mr. Kelvin, madam, right now. So in that moment, I went to school. And I had now to ask myself a very important question, sir. Because in my life when I was growing up, I never had an opportunity to be a leader in any space, in primary, basic, secondary. I thought like leadership was just for Mr. Kelvin or madam who are dressing nicely with a necktie, speaking good English, and so forth. So for me, the young boy who's coming from Chitulika, I cannot participate into that. Plus, I'm not confident enough for me to read people. How are they going to judge me? Because my mother was just a marketeer. Their fathers, you say, no, they are district commissioners, they are lawyers, they are business and what. And me,
Highly respectable people.
Me, this thing of leadership,
It's not mine.
it's not for me. It's not mine. So when I went in college, I asked myself, I was reading, by that time I was reading books for Mausman, the fundamental principles for vision and purpose discovery. I asked a question, are leaders born or made? An important question, are leaders born or made? And then he argued in his book to say, leaders, everyone is born to lead. And then asked to say, even me, can I be a leader? Me, myself, can I be a leader? So I had to say, let me prove to this statement if what he was saying, this man is true. I filled in my, interest in terms of school elections. First time, sir, I failed. I was competing with people who have a background to say I was a head boy. I was participating in this. I've done this and that. In your manifesto presentation, you say, no, we are going to do better, guys. We are going to do this and this and this. But, one thing that kept me, that moved me is that whenever, the first time I had to, develop my interest is this. The difference that I had in terms of, the person who surpassed me, it was quite slightly. And I had to understand that each one of us is born to read. And if I have this number of people who are believing in me, which means they say something in me that I can lead. I went for the second one. Sir, I failed the second one. Again. But again, the slight number, just a slight number, I had to understand to say, I am someone. People, they believe in me. But each and every moment, I used to introspect myself. Where am I not doing good? Where am I not doing enough? Let me improve. Let me upgrade myself. So the way I used to dress, the way I used to speak, the way I used to my haircut, everything started now changing. Third time, sir, I became the judicial judge of the school. That's where my leadership career started. That's where I had to understand to say now everyone is born to lead. From there now, sir, I formed the Youth Navision organization. From that moment, sir.
Wait, before we go to the Youth Navision part.
Yes, sir.
I would like to know, do you think your foundation, your past, prepared you for the type of life that you want to live?
Definitely. My past has to do with the future.
Okay.
My past really did a great job.
Okay.
I'll tell you this. One day, I'm a Christian.
Yes.
Yes. So at church, we do have our Bible studies every Wednesday. So one day, I went to attend the Bible study. And then our Reverend asked a question to say, if today, madam, you were to thank God for one thing in this world, what could that be, sir? Just one thing that you could thank God for today. Of course, others were raising hands. No, I thank God for life. I thank God for my family. I thank God for this. Where I was seated, I was like, okay, these are genuine answers. And then I had to raise my hand. And then I asked, yes, young man. I told him to say, I thank God because my parents died when I was young. I thank God because my parents died when I was young.
You thank God for the death of your parents.
When I was young, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, the way you are shocked, even the people who were there, they were shocked to say, how can you thank God that your parents died when you were young? How can you thank God for that? Can you explain it? I had to stand up and say, Reverend, if it's not through the death of my parents, where I am today, I wouldn't have been here. Where I am today, I wouldn't even have known God by myself, because through them, I have known God through my own experience. I can tell that God is a God of orphans. I can tell that God is a God who is difficult, who can even take the most thing that you love in your life. So I told them to say, I thank God because that happened, because that prepared me to be where I am today. The existence of the Youth Night Vision Organization, it is through that moment. The way I am today, it is because through that instant, even for me to travel to come to Lusaka, it's through that. If it's not for that moment, maybe by now, sir, nganebo shimpundu, kumushi. Because because Bashimumbi, of course, because some of my friends, they are married, they have children, 5, 3, 4. But me, I am here because through that experience, it brought me to be where I am, and people are finding reason to live because through the death of my parents.
Okay, just there as well. From your story, I love your story because it reflects the real Zambian story. A lot of youths go through this life that you have just shared, the circumstances, and a lot of youths do different things. They choose different paths in life. Some become, like you said, police officers. Some become soldiers. We would love to know, is there any other person in your family that runs a non-profit organization? And if there is no one, what was the price that you had to pay in order for you to just become a different individual and take up an entirely different route, different from everyone? At what expense did your individualism come?
Sir, in my writings, mostly, I do say, no one said it's going to be easy. I learned this from a powerful author, from a powerful man who has inspired me. He told me, no one said it's going to be easy. If they did, they lied to you. That is a fact. In my family, no one learns an organization. I have been the first person to come from my family to learn an organization. I am the first person from my family to publish a book, to author a book. I am the first person in my family to wear a graduation gown. So,
freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter. Breaking the invisible chains. So it has never been easy. Of course, fighting these things, it requires courage. It requires a heart of passion, having a reason to why you are doing what you are doing. So when I thought about that, when I discovered to say everyone is born to lead, I started pursuing my purpose. When I started pursuing my purpose, when I found it, I had to understand to say there are many people who are passing through the same phases of my life, the same scenarios which I have been through as a young person. And these scenarios, they have engulfed a lot of young people. Others have been stressed, others have died, others have committed suicide through the same life experience that I've gone through. And for me to take up that space, my brother, I was sometimes maybe condemned or doubted. I remember one day, through the sharing of my content, other members would attack me to say, why did you write that? You are attacking our family.
But it's true.
But it's true. It's the truth. It's my life. I've been through this. You know, I know what pain is. I know how to be stressed it is. I know how when things are not working for you, how it is. I know how it feels to be betrayed. I know how it feels to live in loneliness. So when I write something, I write with a heart of passion. So even when I'm writing a book, I don't write fiction books. I write things which are actual happening in our lives. Some things which have happened in my life and some things which I have learned from other people. So for me, coming up with an organization, it wasn't easy. I remember, sir, you didn't mention did you mention that I'm an author? I am an author.
I forgot to mention.
Please, I am an author of the Struggle to Self-Discovery book. If you are watching, please, you should come for this book, the Struggle to Self-Discovery book. So this book was originated through my story and through the lessons which I have been through. And looking at that, I came out to say there are many people who are having difficulty to discover who they are.
Yeah.
So, no one said it's going to be easy. If they did, they lied to you. When I was launching my book, I would tell you to say, none of my family members was present at the launch of my book, but the hundreds of people, they were there to witness the birth of the Struggle to Self-Discovery book. People, they came in.
Just show it so that the people get to see.
Exactly. This is a book. It has changed a lot of young people, not within Zambia, but also outside Zambia. So,
Tell me about it.
sir, I was nominated 2025 top 4 book of the year, The Struggle to Self-Discovery. This is the boy who is coming
Top
from
4 in Zambia.
Zambia. In Zambia, sir.
This
in Zambia,
is a
ma'am.
great man.
Top 4 book of the year under Bangweru's award. I was nominated. This is the young man who is coming from Mpika, Chitulika village, who thought like maybe he would be like this.
Who was Ndaka boy?
Who was a Ndaka boy, of course.
Strong man of the city.
Sir, no one said it's gonna be easy. I've been nominated as the best author or best author of the year. This is the young man who's coming from Mpika, Chitulika, and Ndaka boy, as to say, as the madam is saying it. You know, this is the man. So, in this journey, not everyone will believe in you. Even you as a leader, no one, sir, will say, we accept what you are doing. Madam, no one, even your family members. Listen to me, the way it is. If you are carrying your vision right now, in your mind, in your diary, you have not shared with anyone, it is okay like that. But let me tell you that the moment that you intend to share your vision with me, with Mr. Kelvin, be prepared to fight the struggles that are coming ahead of you. Because even your relatives, they are going to fight for you. Because for them, they are familiar with you to the point that they know to say nothing good can come out from you. Is it not the birth of Jesus Christ to say, they said to say nothing good can come out from Nazareth?
Yeah.
It is like that. So the moment you share your vision to people, to your friends, others, they will say, you have started being proud, you know, you're having that pride to say, no, you cannot associate with other people. You are seeing yourself maybe to be someone special, but that is truth. Visionary people are, you know, are special people.
They're special.
They are special because I say, sir, as visionary people, we are mad people. We are crazy people. The reason being is that as we can travel 15 years from now on and see the better life ahead of us than that we are today. So it takes the ability of a person to visualize, to have a vision which is strong enough for you to move forward in your life, to see ahead of the things that are coming in your life, not what is in today. So no one said it's going to be easy, but if they did, they lied to you. So in those moments, it's going to be amazing. So you have to push through forward. You have to make sure that you get the best out of it.
So, Mr. Lucky, everyone today looks like they have a vision.
Yes.
Everyone you see here, they say, no, I've got a purpose, I've got a passion for this, I have a vision for this. So then how do you separate the envious ones and the true visionaries? Like, okay, this one, he and any vision.
You know, we are living in a very unique world at the very important time. You know, in life, you have to understand that, you know, people like that are going to be there. A true vision comes with you seeing the sacrifice those people that are doing towards what they proclaim to be. We have people who are saying no, we are visionaries, but of course everyone can be a visionary. But you know, you can dream of becoming somebody and you cannot become that person that you dream to be. The difference is that what you do now, the things that you are doing, they are the ones that prepare you to reach the things that you want to do. So even now, as you are seeing, the way you invited me, it is because you have been seeing what I do.
Yes.
The level of consistency, the things that I do, the passion towards it. Even when you are not there, sir, I wake up each and every morning towards it, each and every day. You cannot frustrate me, madam, towards my purpose. You may come with your own negativities to say, Mr. Chomba, you are doing this, you say whatever, whatsoever. But even next morning, I'm going to wake up with a definitive purpose to say, what I carry doesn't belong to you, belongs to God. And here is the thing. If you're seeing someone who's carrying a purpose, who's carrying a vision, if it's not connected to God, just forget about it. Because
so those are the envious ones.
Envious ones. Because your vision and your purpose, they're supposed to be connected to God. Why do I say so? Every person born today, every man, every woman, our origin or our purpose comes from God. In the beginning, God created man so that he may have dominion.
Yes.
You may have authority upon everything that God created.
Very true.
So now, if you have a vision, you have a purpose, and you are working towards something that is not related to God, then who are you serving? What kind of purpose is that? Because the purpose is supposed to contribute to the manufacturer's intended reason. The way these cameras have been created, you know, the mics, the way they have been created, it's because the owner, the manufacturer, intended that it is going to be used to amplify the voice. When someone speaks, it can be able to reach the global. The way TV stations have been created like the way we are now here, it is because the manufacturer, the owners, they know that the intended purpose of it is to reach the masses. You know, we are going to create the message broad and broad through it. But if you are using your purpose towards not in connection with the manufacturer's identity, then you are just being envious. As you said, it's not a purpose. You are just maybe dreaming. And when you're dreaming, you wake up and forget about it.
So talking about passion, purpose, and vision, should youth do what gives them money? Because, you know, everyone wants money.
Everyone wants money.
So you can ask someone and say, no, me, I'm passionate about making money. So should you give someone, should youth do what gives them money or what fulfills them?
Money will never give you fulfillment, to say, madam. Money won't give you fulfillment, sir. In whatever you are doing, money is not going to make your life, fulfilled. Purpose does. And in life, we should not chase money. We should not even try a single bit to chase money. Money amplifies to what you are doing. Money is like a tool that comes to help you to fulfill what you are doing.
So money follows what you are
Money
doing.
follows what you are doing, sir.
Okay.
If you are living in your purpose, money will come in and the purpose will be funded. You know, my name is Lakshomba. I run the Youth in a Vision organization, helping people to discover their vision, their purpose. I am a leader, not just in a corporate space, but in church as well. I will tell you to say, when I graduated, I have just worked to 2 companies, and I have stopped searching for employment. From that time I graduated, I live by my own purpose. I pay rentals, I buy food, I support even my family through the purpose that I carry. You know, when you move in your purpose, when you move in your respective purpose, you know that God is involved in it. So, God does not fail to provide for his own. Now, here is the thing. When you are good at something, you know, there is that inner voice, you know, that calls you to say, this is what you have been called to do. Pursue it. Do it. If it is public speaking, know the public speaking. Master it wholeheartedly. Love it with passion. Don't do it because there is money involved in it. Love it because it is your purpose and you have a message that you are carrying. I tell the public speakers to say, you know, when you are teaching these people about public speaking, tell them to say it's not about the logos, the ethos, and the rhetoric that is going to make you a better public speaker. It's about the message that you carry to people.
The content.
The content. My name is Lakshomba. I speak about vision and purpose discovery. So whenever I go, if you invite me, you see how I'm speaking, you feel like I'm a public speaker. Yes, because I have a message that I carry, vision and purpose. We can talk hours and hours talking about purpose and purpose. It's not about when I learn about public speaking, I can go on and teach about financial literacy and so on. I have an idea about that. But what message do I carry?
For the generation.
What are they going to remember me for? If you come, we go out in the corporate space, they are going to say, Lakshomba, who's Lakshomba? Oh, the Youth in a Vision. That is my identity, sir. So when I move in that respective direction, my purpose provides for my needs. Wherever I will go, sometimes people will organize different events. People will pay for it because that is my purpose. I have developed value towards it, passion towards it, even to say when no one is paying me, I would wake up towards it and be able to upgrade the best version of myself. Not for money, but for my purpose.
Yes.
And when purpose is amplified, God is involved to provide for all I need. I don't have to worry about my rentals, what I'm going to eat next, what I'm going to wear next.
So for you, in short, it's just to start. When you start, everything follows.
Start towards the things that you love. You know, when you are moving towards your purpose, fulfillment comes in. Sir, if you have been called to do ministry, even if you speak to one person, it's going to give you that happiness that you did it. If you have been called to do public speaking, even if they invite you to say there are just 5 people, when you do it, you are going to feel fulfilled. You know, if you have been called to do counseling, even if they call you to say come and counsel this couple, when you do it, you are going to feel fulfilled, and no one can limit for such people who are moved by passion and a strong enthusiastic. That's how it is, being authentic in your area that God called you to work on. Yeah.
So one of the other questions that came when you're explaining was that should visionaries just start in their own, I would say, shops? Or, okay, let me just say shops. In their own shops, or maybe they can start in someone else's.
Should visionaries always start like their own Kantemba organization?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
you can still fulfill your vision in another person's Kantemba?
Yeah.
So here it is. That is a good question, sir. You know, we have, a lot of people following different people. You are a leader. You have people around you. So now, here is the thing. When you started your movement, you were alone, sleeping. It came in your mind to say, God has given me this. This is what I love. This is what I do. Now, what am I going to do now next? I need a team. I need a team to ensure that all these things comes to pass. So now, remember, here is the two things. There is what we call a personal vision and a corporate vision.
Okay.
When you are as a one person, it is a personal vision. But if you, sir, you invite me and the madam to come and follow you towards your vision, it does not belong to you. It becomes a corporate vision. So meaning, I have my vision, she has a vision, you have a bigger vision. So through that now, as a leader, you ask them to say, guys, me, I have a vision. What do you want to do? So I will tell you to say, okay, sir, that is a great one, because even me, I have this thing which I carry in my heart. Even her, she will come in, I have this thing that I carry inside my heart. Now, when we are together, we blend them and make them corporate. So under one vision, we have also objectives that are helping to fulfill our vision, to fulfill my vision, and to fulfill our vision. So it is your vision, it is my vision, it is his vision, but it is also our vision. Christ came, Jesus, he came as a one person. Not so. He came carrying a vibrant vision, carrying to say, I want to free people from sin. I will die for them. He came in, he trained 12 disciples. He trained them. These were 12 people. And then when he went away, he ascended, the 12 people, they bought into the vision of Christ. And then they also now go into Samaria, Judea, and teach them what I have taught you. And today we stand in as also the visionary carriers of Christ because of the vision Christ carried. I'm able to fulfill my vision, my purpose through Christ. You are able to fulfill your vision, your purpose through Christ. So you can fulfill your vision all whilst under the umbrella of someone. Okay. You cannot be a leader if you cannot be led by someone. You have to learn how to be a shepherd, how someone can train you. Even where I am today, I have my father, Reverend Moses Gondwe, former bishop of Northwestern. He has been teaching me and mentoring me to be a great leader. Even me as an individual, I have people under my umbrella whom I teach also. Even them, they have other people. So it is, we are agents of the other person.
Nice. As we come to a conclusion, we would love you to leave a question. Whether it is a leadership, marketplace, corporate question for the next guest that will be here. Both of us don't know that guest, but we want you to leave an anonymous question, and we're going to ask that guest when they are here. What would be your leadership question or something that you would love them to talk about briefly and answer and address?
Thank you so much. To the next guest speaker of this episode, Leadership Diary. We have been called to read. We have been called to serve. We have been called to leave the world better than we found it, to do the best of our vision. Now, as you come to the next episode, my leader, I want you to come and trace the fundamentals of leadership and vision, including the aspect of entrepreneurship, how we can blend them together. I will be honored if we can talk about this in our time, in our generation, because young people, even older men and women, they deserve to have such a conversation, because others, they feel like when young people are seated like this, it's just for young people, but it is for everyone. We have also elders who are living without a vision. We have elders who are frustrated. They are dying without fulfilling their vision, without fulfilling their purposes. Now, here is my last thing. In life, there are about 4 stages of human life: the morning, the afternoon, the evening, and the night stage. So each and every time I learned these phases from Joshua Selman. Even in my book, I included them. He touched them, but I went and studied them further. The morning phase is when you are born, from age 20, from 0 to 25. The afternoon is from 26 to 50. And then the afternoon is from 50 to 70. And then the evening stage is 70 upwards. So now, even elders, others are living without fulfilling their vision, without fulfilling their purposes. Here is the thing. Each and every one of us is born and is called to live in their respective vision and purposes. It doesn't matter the age, wherever you are, because if you are alive today, just know that you are closer to your death than you were yesterday. So it has been amazing and good to be here, sir, for the first episode. I thank you. It is my honor and a privilege for me to be here because
Indeed.
I've learned a lot, and it has been awesome. These questions, we need them as a group of Zambia, even as a continent, Africa. These are the times that we have to embrace everywhere we go.
Indeed. Our viewers, I was your host, Kelvin Elias Mumba, and our guest today was Mr. Lak Chomba, who is a speaker, an author, and a leader, and somebody, as you were able to see, who is very, very passionate. And
I was your co-host, Ruth Banda. Don't forget to catch us on Friday, 8 hours, at Topstar, at channel 456. And on Facebook Live, Friday at 12 hours. And don't forget to reach out for this book, written by our author here, Lucky Chomba. It's The Struggles to Self-Discovery. Thank you very much for viewing. Have a good one.